You know, Thai ball games are like kissing your sister. It's disgusting. It's just. But was it really as bad for us as it was for them? Let's talk about it. Because I think there's a lot of positives to take from this particular game. And we will talk about that next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. December 5th. It's Monday. Excuse me. Yes, December 5th. It's Monday. Time for our post-game live stream. We already got some folks in the comments. What's going on? What's cracking, everybody? Chris McDaniel, Moxie Mondays are over. You know, if we would have won, I think it would have been a Moxie Monday. I don't know what this is.
We have the two moxiest of quarterbacks in the league, man.
We're calling this
Monday.
Let's tie one on. That's what we're calling it today, right?
Moxie Mayhem.
Moxie Mayhem. That's right. Yeah, I don't know. Did we see Moxie yesterday? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
What about the pass on 4th and 4?
That was great. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Yam says this is a man Monday. Terrence, Mean Green says good evening. What's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. Said we were loading up. Terrence says the beat is fire. Yeah, Terrence, that's Dev's old beat that we used to have for our old titled podcast, but that was not retired. We just kind of cold storage there for a little bit.
Yeah.
That intro track that I don't know why it always got me hyped.
Should we bring it back?
I think we should bring it back.
We gotta find a way to work it into the new show, though.
Yeah, it would be nice to find a way. Find a way. So, fellas, here we are. It's a tie game 2020. Like I don't feel like 2016 London 2020, if that makes sense.
No.
I feel okay. Like I don't feel as bad. It doesn't feel like it has that same, feeling like more like a loss. It feels just like, just kind of indifferent about it. How about you guys?
I feel like we lost.
You feel like we lost?
It feels like a loss. I mean, because Seattle took our spot, right?
Yes, we feel like a game out.
But
it feels like a loss. We didn't gain anything, but we lost something. I mean,
I don't feel like we lost. I feel like
next week, even if they win, are they still only half a game ahead, or they won a whole game?
They're half a game ahead. Actually, no. They're 7-5. We're 7-5-1.
Right.
Technically, they're ahead just because they're a game behind.
Right. But I'm saying if their next game, if they win, are they a whole game ahead or are they a game and a half ahead?
I don't know. I have to look at the divisional and conference rankings because you gotta think if we win next game, that gives us a division and a conference win.
Right. We're also we would leapfrog the Giants. And the Giants would
we would, and we would own the tiebreaker.
And the Giants would be 8th unless Seattle lost. Then they would be 7th or some shit.
You say a tie? A Washington tie?
What if the Giants and Washington tie again?
Dude, don't you put that hurt on me, Ricky Bobby.
I got 2 Washington ties. I missed a perfect opportunity to wear those. I have 2 Washington Redskins ties.
You can still wear them without a collared shirt. Just throw it on and call it good, right?
Man,
is that beneath you?
I don't feel like getting.
You still do that?
I'm more lazy than ambitious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real? That's okay.
My motto:
more lazy than ambitious.
I will send a text to the lady, and the kids call Meemaw in there to get me
to hook it up. Send it your way. All right, well, let's get right into the recap, gentlemen. All right, so you guys know how the game ends, but I'm going to go through the notes I took throughout the game, and then we'll, stop at any moment. Let's talk about it. So first quarter, It was Daniel Jones action we saw, but then Daniel Jones fumbled. You guys remember though, but we talked about it. I don't know. I know I said it on multiple other live streams, but mentioned the fact that Daniel Jones was going to get his token 79 yards rushing.
Facts.
And
he did.
He got, was it 71? I think. I'm not sure. But he practically got his rushing yards, just like we said. I should have laid a damn bet on it, but I didn't. B-Rob started off first quarter really good. There was a run he made to the left towards the end zone, which ended in a field goal, but I think a lot of people thought he could have made it all the way to the end zone, but he kind of ran out of bounds. He had Cam Sims blocking for him, but it didn't work out too well. But anyways, 3-0, 8:40 left in the first quarter. We watched Logan catch a few balls. He got dove at the knees, but continued to catch it and kept going. But then eventually Terry ended up getting that touchdown. Taylor Heineke stepped up, hit Terry in the flat, missed a tackle. Terry McLaurin walked in. It was 10-0 with 2:27 left in the first quarter. We gave up another 29-yard scramble by Daniel Jones, and that's basically the first quarter. Going to the second quarter, 40-yard field goal by Graham Gano. 10-3 Washington with 13:48 left. A couple punts here and there. Daniel Jones hit Slayton on a 55-yard pass down the left side. I think it was Christian Holmes who got beat. You guys remember that play? That was a pretty good, very good pass. Good catch by Slayton, but Holmes just kind of fell, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, fell, huh?
Fell.
Kind of got guided to the ground by Darius Slayton, but
got.
Slayton definitely could put his hands on him and put him down. It just wasn't so egregious.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to draw offensive pass interference in this league.
It is, and you know, officiating is something we probably have to talk about because there was some bad officiating in this game. I guess you could argue for both sides, but officiating still wasn't the reason it was a tie. I don't think. I think you could argue both ways.
Oh, I can argue one in particular that completely changed the game.
Which one?
The non-call. I hope you have video of this.
The non-call, the Charles Leno non-call?
The one where they blew Lucas got his helmet knocked off his head.
Yeah, I do have that. I'll have to find it. But yes, that was a egregious play. And that was the Taylor Heineke
you understand that was the sack that moved us back, where now Sly's kicking a 52-yard field goal instead of like a 46. And that was the difference between that field goal being made and being missed. That's 3 points. 3 points we lost because of a non-call. I will directly tie those two together.
Well, Phil, because this is what we do here on this. We bring it to you live and direct. I got it. So you ready to see it?
Roll the footage.
Roll the footage, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So Phil's talking about the no call on Cornelius Lucas. It was the helmet ripoff. And here, nope, sorry, wrong one.
Oh, that's it.
Nice panting.
Right one. Okay, never mind. We're good.
See if you can get more pressure. There they come. Third down and 13.
Look, back and to the left. Back and to the left.
Watch down here. Number 5, the helmet gets ripped off.
Get more pressure. Here they come. Third down and 13, and Heineke is sacked for the 4th time today.
Bad.
Giants came with the pressure, and Dexter Lawrence.
Very bad.
There's Leonard Williams. And everybody know, I'm one of the best in the league. But... And you see why he's one.
Anyways, no call. Terrible. Terrence said, y'all called Daniel Jones in the scramble yards. Freaking ridiculous, but Taylor did his thing on the ground.
He did?
Did not. No.
Did not do his thing. Taylor did not run the ball, unless you're talking about B-Rob or Saquon.
Taylor had 2 carries.
Andre Schroeder says, what's up, gents? Marcus Edlin says, what's up, family? A tie isn't the end of the world. It's not.
It's not
the end of the world.
Let's finish up this game round because I actually got something about this whole tie thing that will make everybody feel a little bit better.
You mean like this? These ties?
Did they like those ties?
This tie I'm putting on right now?
Like Dev's ties putting on right now? All right, let's get into it. So after the big, we talked about the big 55-yard pass from Daniel Jones to Steve Slayton. Barkley runs it in from 13. The score is 10-10 with 8:49 left in the second quarter. We go down and hit a 42-yard field goal by Joey Sly. Gano goes down, hits a 27-yarder. It's 13-13 at halftime. So we had a 10-0 lead, get 13-13. Going into the third quarter, Taylor Heineke fumbled 14-11 on our first possession after the half. He was throwing the ball kind of ish. We lost it in our own, I guess you could say, red zone because they got the ball on the 20. That was a backbreaker. That was just tough. Jones took over at the 20, made a really good run, and eventually hits Isaiah Hudgens for a 7-yard touchdown. So it's 20-13 New York Giants, 11-13 left. We had pretty good plays coming back and forth, some punts. B-Rob had a good 12-yard game at the middle. Terry McLaurin had a nice 15-yard first down. Punts back and forth. All of a sudden, fast forward to 3 minutes and 41 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's still 20-13. There hasn't been any change in status. The game was kind of boring from that point. 3 timeouts, 3:41 left. Now, this is where Moxie Madness takes over,
Right.
a.k.a. Taylor Heineke.
I'm not going to lie.
He plays his best football.
When we got the ball back on this drive, I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, he's going to fuck around and tie this game.
Yep.
Because we've seen this before.
Sure did. And he sure did. That's what he does. So, couple good plays. Terry McLaurin had a nice slant. Ball was high. Sailed on him a couple bit. There was a couple sailed passes throughout the day. 2:40 left. We passed on 3rd and 4. And at that point, with 2:47 left, it was like, oh, man, this is it. 4th and 4. Riverboat Ron, he could have punted there. It would have been a gamble, but we had been shutting down the Giants defense at that point. And I just want to make a note. Daniel Jones before the previous drive was 17 for 18. And the only incomplete pass he had was the spike he had towards the end of the half to clock it. And so the drive right before this drive started, he had 3 incomplete passes in a row. That's the kind of game he was having. It's very efficient. So 4th and 4, 2:47 left. Ron goes for it. Taylor Heineke converts, scrambles, hits Curtis Samuel for 20 yards. 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Clock stopped. How about that, fellas? How great was that play?
It's what we expect.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, that was token Taylor Heineke. That's what we want from our Taylor Heineke. We don't see that a lot of times for the first 3 quarters. We just don't see it.
Which is a problem. But anyway.
Yeah. So eventually I'm gonna pull this play up. Andre said, Terrence said Taylor has that game-tying touchdown. Yep, that's one we just went through. Andre Shorter says the rest were on some bullshit yesterday. Scott Turner's play calling almost lost the game for us. Someone elaborate on this comment right here. Why do we think Scott Turner's play calling almost lost the game?
It did. I will say this because we were throwing the ball too much too early. Like the minute the Giants got back into the game, it was like, oh shit, we got to throw to get back up. It's like, no, don't do that. Now in the second half, I was annoying George Carmi in the Twitter group chat. There's a big Twitter group chat with a lot of us content creators, and I was annoying George because we'd run the ball and I go, good play, run the ball. We'd run it again. Good play, run the ball. We'd do it again. Good. We called 6 run plays in a row. I kept saying, run the ball. And then George's like, you got to pass at some point. I said, no, we don't. No, we don't.
You don't have to.
Until we got hit with like a false. We got hit with a false start. It was like 1st and 15. I'm like, okay, now we can throw the ball.
Take the game out of his hands. Alan Hetzer from Facebook.
I'm like, and Steve, you probably saw it. No, you didn't see that because you
wasn't paying attention a lot yesterday.
You weren't paying attention to that live stream. Dev may have seen it, but I'm sitting there like, good run the ball.
Yeah,
good run the ball.
Absolutely.
I was being so, as I do on this podcast, I was being really annoying in driving my point home.
Maurice Edwards on Facebook, thank you for joining. Said, yep, we totally stopped running the ball. I do have the 4th down conversion that I do want to show here real quick. This is the play we just talked about. This is the moxie madness we love from Taylor. Here it is, 2:47.
Incomplete, pressure on Heineke. Instead of punting and trying to stop the Giants, Gibson goes in motion. Heineke on fourth down. Again under pressure from Ojolari. Fires downfield, and it's Curtis Samuel.
Beautiful play. Beautiful play. I really don't know how
There it is.
how he was so wide open, but Taylor, stepped up, scrambled left, bought himself an extra 2 seconds, found him, converted. Those fourth down conversions, man. He's good at them. It's the other 90% of the plays we need him to do that.
That's what I said in our group chat.
Taylor's had this thing lately. He starts off like his first 6 to 9 passes. Nice. He looks good. He'll maybe miss 1 or 2, but he'll have a high completion percentage, and then he just goes to crap for 2 quarters, and then you get this.
Yeah,
it's every game with this, except for the Packers game where he just started off like absolute dog turds and goat piss. It was that was horrible, but he does. It's funny because Marcus Edlin on YouTube says Taylor Heineke frustrates me because he sails balls like the Logan Thomas. It could have been a touchdown, but in a game-winning drives looks like a starting quarterback. Yeah, I actually see. I can tell nobody listens to like alt rock in the past decade because I rewrote a song talking about. I rewrote the song "Sail."
You
by
rewrote
AWOL Nation,
where
I was making fun of. Yeah. I was making fun of.
Where can we find this song? Is it on Spotify?
Yes, it is. It was literally like a top 20 rock song back in like 2014.
I'm talking about your version of it.
No, not that. I rewrote it. I didn't re-record it. I would not do that to you. But basically, I rewrote it and just with the punchline of "sail" because that's the punchline of the song. Because that's what he does. He sails passes all the time.
Is that Enya song, "Sail Away"?
No. Y'all gotta expand. Y'all gotta expand your horizons.
I don't know the rest. It's like sail away.
Like a hymn.
I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
That's
Andre Shorter said the same thing about the Logan Thomas throw.
Massage parlor.
Yeah, Maurice says he was open because he had a practice squad player defending him. Okay, good stuff. Now.
It couldn't be. I mean, that's true, but it couldn't also be because Curtis Samuel's a good receiver.
Then
that couldn't possibly be a part of it.
Goes down to the 2-minute warning, and then eventually Taylor hits Curtis again for 25 yards. This was a crucial pass. Great pass, great execution. Followed up by the Dotson touchdown, and I want to go through those 2 plays here real quick. So stand by.
A lot of one-score games have been very, very successful. Both teams in winning those one-score games.
2nd and 10 for the Commanders. They have all 3 timeouts. Heineke's pass is caught.
Great play.
It is Curtis Samuel again, his second big play of this possession.
Great play.
That was the longest play of the day for the Washington offense. And now Heineke over the middle. It's Dotson. Dotson spin. Oh!
Yeah, he ate that dude's lunch.
Dotson spins. Oh!
Man.
One more time.
Offense.
Whoopie!
And now Heineke over the middle. It's Dotson.
This is why he's a first round pick.
Touchdown.
I didn't even notice that it was that nice when I watched it live.
That's why he's a first round pick, and that's why Taylor needs to get him the ball more.
God damn it, yes.
Don't give him no end arounds. He sucks on those though.
He's not meant for running. Leave that to Terry and
like
Curtis.
Dante Inman. Remember that guy?
Dontrell Inman. That was Ellie's boy. He liked him some Inman.
He tried to sell us on Inman for like weeks. But those have been around since 2020. Y'all know Ellie loved
some Dontrell.
AGG.
Some Dontrell Inman.
Man. Okay.
He'll walk it back now. That
basically takes us to the end of our game, and then we go into overtime, back and forth. I'm not going to go through the whole overtime thing, but it basically New York Giant punts. We got to the 48, then we punted. Giants punted again. Opening the play, I'll show the play, but Taylor Heineke gets sacked. Basically, I would say down into the 1. Right at the 1. If you guys remember that, off the edge.
That was almost a safety and almost a fumble.
Yes. And that was Charles Leno. I will say Charles Leno's been playing pretty decent, but that play was not too good.
That was I blame some of that on someone did not communicate or slide the protection over.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. All right. Start this, but pause it when you get about like a second into the play, if you can.
Zion Gilbert, and they've been really attacking him in this second half.
Right there. So Leno went inside.
That is the designed protection.
So Leno went here along with the left guard. I don't know who's playing left guard time. Norwell. I'm not sure. Norwell. Thibodeau was left unchecked.
Because somebody now it's either here's the thing.
It had to be the center or Heineke.
I think this was the center, but this could be Heineke. I don't know.
You ask yourself why a third string center would be calling line protections out in the overtime game.
Because
too
it's
much
the
responsibility.
Center's job usually, but it's also the quarterback's job. Now, Wentz used to slide protection around. It was just our line played like ass.
Yeah. Let's watch it in full motion.
Gilbert, and they've been really attacking him in this second half. Heineke under pressure from Thibodeau. Brought down at the one.
Right at the one. Right at the one.
Now, if whoever was supposed to slide protection over, they missed it. Someone missed it.
Yeah.
Leno was doing what he was assigned to do.
Did Ron say anything about that?
I don't know. Not sure.
I didn't hear that in any of the post game press conference stuff I saw. But that was someone blew changing the blocking assignments or shifting or sliding the blocking assignments because that man was out there. But you're caught between doing your job or leaving your job and possibly leaving something else open. That's why when you have a protection slide, the entire protection shifts. It's not just one man. So that one was, I don't blame Leno so much as I blame whoever was in charge of the protection calls on that play. Totally blew it. Whether it was whether it was Martin. Martin's been on this roster long enough to know.
He should know.
Let's go to some comments Taylor. Then Taylor blew that one.
Maurice Edwards says, "What about the picked up flag on the pass interference? Do y'all agree or disagree?"
What do you think? What do you think? No,
I'll tell you what it is. I mean, it was pass interference, but that pass interference does get called if Taylor doesn't underthrow the ball.
I think that was the argument. Is it was about 2 yards away from being catchable.
Also, man, like Terry could have dove on the ground for it or something. I mean, you could have.
It's hard to dive through someone's arm sometimes.
Man, you knew the flag was coming. The flag was up. Why don't you just NBA player it for a second? Flop.
Flop it.
Yeah.
Marcus says, my question to Ron Rivera seeing Dotson running the pass in the end zone. Why didn't Rivera put Dotson in on punt return in overtime? I don't know.
Ron's crazy, son.
I mean, do we remember the time when Santana Moss would return punts for us?
You remember the time?
Hey, Ron trusts his guys almost to a fault. He'll stick with them no matter what. He's been right a little more often than wrong here lately. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's just like we're heading to the bye. Why aren't you bringing in a center and a fucking linebacker or somebody?
Dude,
like, why aren't you bringing some guys?
Figure it out.
It's
Find the best
going to be
center in
Cosme
the
and Schweitzer. Did they say what's wrong with Cosme?
Ankle.
So
he's probably done then, right? Again.
No, I don't think he's done. Out. I don't think he wasn't in a boot or anything like that.
So is he going to be playing in 2 weeks? So I'm asking.
We don't know yet. That has yet to be announced.
Now you need to get a guard in the center, man. You need to just find somebody swimming.
Cosme
and a defensive back.
Here's the thing.
Like, there's no reason.
Let's run this back. Schweitzer, who was the starting guard, and our offensive line started playing like crap when he got hurt. He just came back in a reserve role yesterday. I think he'll be better in 2 weeks once he gets back into the flow of things. He came in ice cold, right? So I think you're fine at right guard. The center question is something else because I think Nick Martin is trash.
Martin's done for the year. He dislocated his kneecap.
Who?
That Larson, is that the guy that plays center?
Yeah, Larson. Yeah,
he dislocated his kneecap.
Yeah, so we need somebody. We need a new center because Nick Martin ain't it.
Yeah.
He is
Chris
not his
McDaniel
brother.
says this was Taylor's best game this season, spreading the ball around, all around, but he also disappeared too often.
It was his best best 2 quarters, first and fourth.
Yeah.
He was the rest of the time. Let's be honest. I mean, we were 3 of 14, 3 of 13, 3 of 14 on third down. That's not good.
No bueno.
We were, we were averaging 3rd and 9. Now we'll say this: stupid penalties didn't hurt. We'll wait till we get to the good, bad, ugly, and great. I can tell you exactly what the ugly is. I don't know.
Just for a recap here, though, we'll go over the stats here real quick. For the overall team stats here, we dominated almost every single category, if you think about it.
Damn right we did.
We 25 first downs, 25 to 20. Passing first downs, 13 to 9. Rushing first downs, 11 to 10.
This was not offensive domination the way the London game was back in 2016. This was not that bad where we put up 546 yards of offense.
Right.
And Kirk Cousins threw for over 450 yards. Wasn't anything like that. But still.
You can see the penalties, 3 for 14. Third down efficiencies, 3 for 14. We did not fare so well on third down conversions, but we did have that 1 4th down conversion. Total plays 82 to 65. 82 plays to 65 plays. And you know what the problem is? We had 2 long drives, which took 16 something minutes plus off the clock with 0 points. Like that, you can't do that. And one of the drives, we didn't even get past the 50 on like a 7-minute drive. We went 15, 20 yards.
No, we went 30. We went 8. It was 8 plays. It was like 8 plays or something like that.
Just
38
yards.
Oh, but you know what though? Here's the thing. I actually didn't mind that because you know what? You're wearing down that defense, and it will come into play later. And it did.
That's a good point. That's fair.
Look, we were starting on like the 10, and that was the drive where I kept saying run.
Right.
Run.
Yeah, that's fair. And then total plays 82 to 65, total yards 411 to 316, total drives they outnumbered us by 1. Yards per play even 5.0 to 4.9. Passing 246 to 182, we won that one. But we threw the ball 41 times. Taylor was 27 for 41. Sacked 5 times for 29-yard loss. The Giants were sacked, or Daniel Jones was sacked 4 times for 18 yards.
I will note that 13 of Taylor's 41 passes came in like the last 2 drives of the game or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like the last half of the 4th quarter or something.
Rushing attempts 36 to 30. We had 165 yards to their 134. So all the Saquon Barkley talk, we were hyping him up earlier this week as he's a good running back, but we kept him in check for the most part. Time in possession, 41 minutes, 11 seconds to 28 minutes and 49 seconds. The game plan was there. The token game plan we've been using for the last 2 games was there. And
there's 2 key things that hurt us: the third downs and what put us in bad third down situations. Right there, Steve, you read my mind. 7 penalties, and they were all at just the worst time.
Man, let's look at some stats here real quick. Taylor Heineke finished 27-41, 275, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. QBR 27.8, but I believe his overall rating was 101 or something like that.
101. See, QBR, it's funny because I'm glad people are being critical of QBR because I don't think that on a scale of 1 to 100, I would have given Taylor Heineke a 27.8.
Yeah.
Imagine that I'm over here defending Taylor Heineke, people.
Log it. 30 minutes, 41 seconds. Phil defended Taylor. Bam. Monty Montez, where are you? 31 seconds. We'll bring it back on the replay. Chris McDaniels, Marcus Simmons says, yeah, he spread the ball around, no turnovers, but needs to improve sailing the balls.
He did lose a fumble. He did have a turnover.
Sailing.
He fumbled the ball on our own 20.
Something.
Did Antonio Gibson muff a
No,
Was it a
Antonio Gibson
kickoff?
didn't muff it, but he let a ball bounce. I think
There
he
we
thought he thought the ball was going to go out of bounds, and it didn't. And then he got all discombobulated, but he picked it up. He did pick it up.
Somebody had 2 fumbles, Marcus. Yeah, well, 1 fumble takeaway.
Daniel Jones, 25 for
That's a
31,
turnover.
200 yards, 1 touchdown, QBR of 31.8. Rushing game. Brian Robinson, 21 carries for 96 yards, along with 16. They were pounding the rock.
That one time he
Antonio-
took that long run he had. What's that? The one he had, the 16-yarder up the sideline. It felt like he shouldn't have ran out of bounds.
I'm with you, bro. I feel the same way.
It's like, dude, it seemed like you could just run right by that guy and run a touchdown. You're like, you eagerly ran out of bounds. Like he was looking
And
to
Cam
get away.
Sims had a block in front of him.
Yeah.
I think it was Cam Sims. Like, dude, I was blocking for you. Yeah, I'll pull that up here in a second. But if you look at the film, he could have almost walked in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was kind of, and we don't get a field goal out of that possession. I'm like, dude, you could have ran in the end zone. I don't know. What happened?
When you're on the field and you're running, sometimes you just don't see shit.
I mean,
That's
maybe
no-
his
Usually that
momentum,
happens.
felt like it was going to take him out of bounds too,
It was weird.
But here, check this out. Would you like to see it? Let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, the replay that Dev's talking about. There we go. B-Rob thought he was going to score. Could have scored. Check out the bottom of the screen.
2nd down and 10. The pitch. It's Robinson inside the 15.
Like, that's a touchdown.
That
Like what was in front of him?
It's
Like,
Robinson
I
inside.
don't think he saw that cut
He
back.
kind of got pushed out of bounds too, but
no, man, he's got it.
Yeah, I
straight.
think he thought he stepped out right there.
He's
had he
straight.
cut it right there, he had
No, he just
open.
went straight. There's no one in front of him.
And look,
like,
at Cam Sims right here.
His shoulders
Making a
are
block.
square. His shoulders are square. Yeah, like his shoulders
in
are
that-
square. It takes another 2 steps in.
I
don't-
think he
I don't
thought
get
he
it.
had
Like-
stepped out of bounds.
I don't know what happened there. That was a touchdown.
That's the
I
only
like the
thing that
play
makes
design.
sense.
said
3
that
tight
when
end
he
set.
did it.
Robinson in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. The pitch. It's Robinson inside the 15.
What do you?
in that
Just when we said his vision's getting good. But you know what? He got pushed. I get it. It happens.
He got pushed. I mean, it looked like he was. I think he thought he stepped out of bounds.
Right.
Then why?
You know
but,
what? I am not
play to
gonna
the
be
whistle
overly
blows,
critical.
motherfucker. No,
I am not going to be overly critical.
play to the whistle blows.
I'm not going to be overly critical of one play of a guy who went 21 for 96
Yeah.
and really kind of kept us.
If we had 100, we'd have won.
A hundo.
Yeah, 4
So,
more yards, we'd have won.
New York Giants rushing attack. Remember, we talked about on Thursday that Daniel Jones is part of the Giants running game. 12 carries, 71 yards, long of 21. Saquon Barkley, 18 for 63 and a touchdown, long of 21. I called 79 yards. He got 71. He just gashed us. Those keepers, those. That's what he does. What do they call him? Vanilla Vic? Is that what you call him, Dev? Vanilla Vic. Passing stats. Terry got his 8 for 105, 1 touchdown. Curtis Samuel for 6 for 63. Jahan Dotson 5 for 54 and a
I can't
touchdown.
say it enough, man. I can't say it enough. I was absolutely wrong about Terry. Absolutely wrong.
He's
about
performing
him.
every game.
Yeah, absolutely wrong about him. He's man. Still wouldn't have paid him that much, but
Darius Slayton,
But
6
still,
receptions,
man.
90
Terry,
yards.
by the way, you want to talk about rare air? Terry became the 6th player in NFL history to go 50 catches, 50 plus catches, 900 plus yards in his first 4 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah.
no
Like it.
promos.
Their
That puts-
passing game was
that
nothing
puts
too
him in the
crazy.
that puts him in the same class as I know Randy Moss, AJ Brown. Oh no. I'm sorry, AJ Green.
Ooh.
Joey Galloway, and I can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, but I know it was all like stellar names. It was all like, wow, you're really like in a class all by yourself.
Yeah. So Maurice and Marcus both say from Facebook and YouTube, Brian Robinson said he thought he stepped out of bounds. So that's fair. Understood.
He needs to
Chris
start wearing
McDaniel
smaller
says, yes,
hats.
the fumble. He's always good for a turnover somehow. So it's weird if he doesn't. Yeah, that's true. Going into the fumbles, here it is. Taylor had 2 fumbles and 1 loss. Robinson had 1. Daniel Jones
went
had
out of
1,
bounds.
lost 1. And then they also 2 total, 1 loss, 1 recover. On the defensive side, Cam Curl all over the place with 12 tackles. Getting it.
Snap.
Jamin Davis followed up by 10. John Allen, Danny Johnson, each with a sack. Deron Payne with 2 sacks. Monster. On the Giants side, Love had 12 total tackles. DeMarcus Lawrence had 1 sack. And then Thibodeau had that 1 sack we just replayed earlier where it got Taylor down on the 1. And then Ward had 1 sack as well. Followed by Ojulari with the sack and Ellis with the sack. So that's basically the stats in a nutshell. Joey Slye was 2 for 3. Graham Gano was also 2 for 3. I'm shocked he missed that 57-yarder. I'm sure Wynn had to do it because Grano's got a bomb on his foot. So Tressway, 6 punts, 265 yards, long of 53. And then their punter, 7 for 324, long of 59. So battle of the special teams. All right. Real quick, let's go into Overreaction Monday. Overreaction Monday. Fellas, Dev, let's start with you. What's your overreaction?
Overreaction.
If you're listening, put your overreaction down in the chat. We'll populate it.
Yeah. My overreaction would be our line is the worst in the NFL.
Offensive line?
When we have to pass.
Okay.
Like, they're the worst. Dude, there's no one on the entire right side that can block. I know, Wes Schweitzer coming back is going to help. Losing Larson really sucks because Martin is terrible. Man.
Isn't he a backup to the backup already?
He's a backup to the backup because Larson was second string. He's hurt. See, Larson's out.
It was Schweitzer.
No, it was Rouillet.
Schweitzer was second string.
Schweitzer was third string.
Rouillet, then it was Schweitzer. That's Schweitzer was second.
And then Larson and then Martin.
It was
Martin's
a fourth.
Either way, Larson's fourth. Or
no, Martin.
Fourth.
This reminds me of the Jay Gruden years where we had linemen playing off the street. Weren't even on the team the week before the game.
Man, look, Trace Rouillet's got to go, man. That's 2 years in a row. Really, I think 3 almost where he's played.
Yeah. Let's get a couple of these comments in. So Dev said his overreaction Monday is our offensive line is the worst in the NFL. Put your overreaction down in the comments. Chris McDaniel says Ron said Wentz would be the backup in the game if he's ready. But that remains to be seen. We'll have to see.
Good for him.
Go from there. Jesse Hooks. Oh. Love the freaking AV, dude. Brian Robinson, big hat. Love it. Said we still don't have everyone back healthy. We don't. And we're still competitive, which is crazy. In previous years, these injuries would have destroyed a Jay Gruden team. I think. A Jay Gruden-led team. Chris McDaniel says
win 7 games to get back in it kind of seasons too.
Yeah. We've already, we're already at my expectation of wins this season. I think I said 7-10 / 8-9. That's where I said we were going to be this year. So we're already almost exceeding my expectations. One more win and we exceeded my expectations. Chris McDaniel says, I love this defense. It's too bad Holcomb had foot surgery to end this season, and he's a free agent in March. Yeah, Holcomb was having a good season before he went down.
Hey, man, we also need to get I hope we work out linebackers and linemen in these next 2 weeks. I don't understand why that hasn't been. Maybe they haven't. I just haven't seen it. But
Jesse says, once we get a new center, once we got a new center, it was a wrap. Andre Shorter says, every week we have way too many damn penalties on special teams. I don't know if it's that bad. Maybe it just seemed bad. I don't know. I haven't been.
Well, we had 2 on the same punt.
That's
one
true.
was declined.
Phil, overreaction Monday. What you got?
Y'all ready for this overreaction?
Y'all ready for this?
Spread fingers.
Anyway, we're going to the playoffs.
Ooh, overreaction.
I'm sold on that. I was pretty confident. I'm sold on it now. Here's why. The Giants, what you saw yesterday was the absolute best punch they could.
Yes, that was their best effort.
That was their A++++. Like, y'all, here, let's be seasonal. Christmas Story. Remember when Ralphie dreams of turning in his assignment and he gets to A+++++++++. You got an A++++ effort from the Giants, and we did not play our best game.
Right.
And we got guys hurt. And they could only get a tie. 2 weeks, and they got to play the Eagles.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. We'll move up to Sunday.
If they lose to the Eagles, we are in a tie with the Giants.
They could beat the Eagles, though. Eagles are real susceptible if you run the ball, man. Like, you just run it. Like,
yeah,
Eagles, I have no intention of stopping you from running the ball. It's just that they get ahead of you. You think, well, now it's got to pass, now it's over. You can't pass on it.
But
so
we have 2 weeks to get healthy, to review the tape of this game, and to figure out where we can shore up some of these mistakes. We're going to beat these guys in 2 weeks.
Who the Saints play? Or not Saints, but who Seattle play next?
So I was just going to say that for my reaction.
I don't care about Seattle, because if we can leapfrog the Giants, we're in.
So Seattle has Carolina, San Francisco, who's now starting Brock Purdy, by the way. They just signed Josh Johnson off the practice squad. And oh, by the way, the ESPN commentator said Brock Purdy has moxie. I was like, no.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Moxie's our shit. That's ours.
I think Moxie's
don't take our Moxie
white
shit.
And around 6 foot.
He's got heart.
And then, oh, by the way, the same commentators were talking about the Colts rookie wide receiver who's really good.
Got Moxie.
Short white dude, right? I forget his name. But they were like, man, he has great athletic ability. Reminds me of Danny Amendola, or reminds me of
he's shifty.
Insert
the guy
a white
from the Patriots who's retired now.
Use the word shifty.
I forget his name. The Patriot wide receiver who had the concussions.
Julian Edelman.
Reminds me of Julian Edelman. And it's just like, man, I wish Dev was watching this.
I seen it. I seen that actually.
Yeah. But yes, they said Brock Purdy has moxie. But here's the Seattle road to the end of the season. Carolina, San Francisco, Kansas City, New York, and Los Angeles. I mean, Carolina should be a win. San Francisco, they have a great defense. Kansas City, that's probably a loss. New York, you don't know what they're going to do with Mike White at quarterback. And Los Angeles, that's a win. So they could go 3-2 or 2-3. That's Seattle.
The Giants
I have no idea how else it's going to work.
The Giants have a road.
The Giants have the hardest road of almost all the teams going to the playoffs. Check this out. Look at that. Sorry.
It's amazing how we're part of a murderer's row and we're not the reprieve.
Correct. The Giants have Philadelphia, Washington, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Philadelphia. So you could chalk up both those Philly games as losses. Minnesota is going to play them hard.
I think we're beating the Giants by 10.
At home, and then Indianapolis is probably their only guaranteed win on this.
By the way,
last 5.
By the way, okay, Minnesota plays Detroit this Sunday.
Detroit puts up 30 a game.
In Detroit. Detroit is 5-7, right? Minnesota is what, 10-2? It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, Detroit.
No, the Detroit Lions
are
favored to beat Minnesota next week.
Oh, that got changed?
Detroit scores 30 a game, bro. You gonna have to. They might give up 35. They might give up 35.
Yeah,
but you gotta score. You gotta score to play them dudes, man.
But Minnesota, that's what they do. They score.
They're gonna keep scoring, man. Like
Minnesota doesn't. The only 10 times Minnesota hasn't scored has been against Dallas and against us.
Rumor is that Washington wanted Williams, but the Lions scooped him, so we ended up getting Dotson.
You mean the running back,
the receiver that hasn't got to play because he's injured out of Alabama.
No, that
Lions got the Alabama receiver.
They wanted Drake London,
right? But they also wanted Williams too. Man, I got to look that
not
up.
Part of that plan. There was Drake London or Jahan Dotson. Those were the top 2 on the board.
But Williams, he was the best receiver in college last year. He didn't play.
Oh, Jameson.
Right.
Yeah, he's
just now starting to get snaps back.
Yeah.
I think he's on a snap count.
Marcus Edlin says, my overreaction is, why is Rivera too stubborn to get Eric Flowers back? Get him this week and get him 2 weeks to get ready.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt it doesn't help our center problem. What about Keith Ismail? Didn't Keith Ismail play some center?
Well, it helps your center problem
He is a center.
because
Wes
Schweitzer can play center. That's where it would help. You'd have Eric Flowers and Wes Schweitzer in there.
Yeah.
I think we really have to look at. I think they have to look at probably by Wednesday, Thursday. They're not doing much in the way of practice this week. They're having guys just get healthy.
Yeah.
So I think that what you're going to see is they're going to evaluate where guys are. If they make a move, look towards the end of this week.
Livewire Sports and Entertainment from YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Says we're definitely going to bounce back in a major way. Chris McDaniel says overreaction is Washington's better off with Taylor starting, even if we lose. Yeah, that's a good argument. Here's a little screenshot I want to show you. So this is I was watching Sunday Night Football last night, and this is just a quick screen grab I got.
By the way, if Wentz gets in the game, dog, I'm just letting you know, if there's a reason Wentz gets in the game and he balls out, they're not taking Wentz out, man, because the offense is going to be too good.
They're not.
It's gonna be too dangerous with him in. And
you know what sucks is that now Wentz is like eligible to potentially play, our offensive line's going to shit again.
Probably, I know. Right when it had a great
right when it's like,
but this happens every year.
I was like, no, there isn't.
This happens every year. Beginning of the year, we're so beat up, we can't win any games. Then we get healthy in the middle of the year when we're also going these runs. And then at the end of the year, everybody gets hurt or gets COVID or something. Every year this happens. For 3 years, at the end of the year, everyone just falls off the ledge.
We didn't do it in 2020, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about since, what's the name? 2020, yeah.
Chris McDaniel said Purdy looked pretty good. Purdy looked damn good. He was Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last player taken in the NFL draft in 2022. He came in and won a game versus the Dolphins. Jimmy Garoppolo's done for the season. So that team's quarterback.
I mean, Nick Bosa having 3 sacks. Probably.
It helped.
By the way, I don't think Miami's beat a team that's had a winning record the entire year, by the way. So, I mean, they haven't beat anyone with a winning record. I don't think.
Chris McDaniel said Carolina just released Baker Mayfield. Supposedly it was mutual. I think he got salty. Baker, yeah.
No,
why is the league helping out San Francisco, man? Like, how about you just keep him? You got to pay him anyway.
Baker
helping out San
Mayfield
Francisco,
can't be
man.
going to San Francisco. I just
watch.
I mean, he would fit the offense.
Watch.
Because that Kevin Stefanski offense in Cleveland is pretty much what has a lot of the same concepts.
That dude's going to clear waivers. That dude's going
to go to San Francisco.
Go to San Francisco. It's just fucking crazy. The league is rigged, man. I don't care what anybody says. How does that fucking shit happen?
I still think, I don't know, Seattle. Well, you know what? We didn't look at
some bullshit.
The Giants, the 49ers path to. Let's look at the 49ers path to.
Everybody talks about the 49ers being this like super dominant team. Let's remember, they are 1 game ahead of us right now.
We're like great value, San Francisco.
So here are the 49ers path for all the audio listeners to the playoffs. Tampa Bay, Seattle, Washington, Vegas, Arizona. Tampa Bay, we'll see how they do tonight. But Seattle's going to be a tough one. I still swear by Geno Smith is borderline MVP candidate this year. They got to play us at home in San Francisco. The Raiders are actually on an upward trend. They finally figured it out. And then Arizona, I'm not going to say anything about Arizona. Who knows?
Can we back up a second here? Did you just say Geno Smith is a borderline MVP candidate?
I sure did. I stand by it.
No.
Stand by it.
Yeah.
Stand by it.
No.
The dude is like this.
They don't drug test in the military.
No. He's done this. He's plateaued.
No.
Nah, he bought up last game. He tripping. He bought up last game.
His last 5 or 6 games, he's tearing it up.
By the way, I won in fantasy football again, son.
I'm going to show you his last 5 games.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I would give a body part to have these numbers for my quarterback. 212, 2-0, 275, 2-1, 275, 2-0, 328, 2-1, 367, 3-1. All while passing almost
5 interceptions all year.
70%. Look at those quarterback ratings. He's been playing phenomenal.
You're right.
He's killing it. And then overall,
it's gonna go to Hurts though. You know that, right?
How many? Okay, so that was like the last 5 games.
Nah, he's been doing it all year. Basically.
Here's his stats for the season:
'Cause they're 2 and 2 the
31-69,
last 5
fifth in
games.
the NFL, tied for fourth with 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, tied for 10th. Those are fantastic numbers for a dude who is a backup quarterback. Like, that's what you want from a backup
He
quarterback.
was a first round pick and he started a bunch of games. So
I know, but I'm just saying, I love the story. I love the story. It ain't gonna go to him. I just like Geno Smith.
I think it'll go to Hurts unless he falls off a cliff.
Yeah, it should go to Hurts. I mean, Hurts is still going up too. As much as we talk smack about Hurts, a dude just threw for like
I told y'all I've been a Hurts fan since day
300
one. Y'all know.
Couple comments here. Tony Shever said we got to be ready for the rematch. Get some guys healed up. Marcus says best thing we here the late buy. It will help us. Live Wire Sports. We just need to get our online healthy, and we'll be coming back fine. Yes. All right. Let's go. Good, bad, ugly, great. Now, and let's move on to the next segment. Phil, let's start with you. Good, bad, ugly, great. Put your good, bad, ugly in the comments, and we'll keep on pushing.
Good. Our wide receivers, getting open. Well, actually, it's just our skill position players in general. In terms of wide receivers, running backs. Terry had a great game. Curtis had a great game. Jahan had a great game. Oh, Jahan caught a ball laying down on the ground. Y'all catch that early on? Like, he slipped, and he just reached up and just took a Taylor Heineke pass, reached up and grabbed it while he's laying on the ground. Brian Robinson had a great game. Gibson was limited because of his foot. He had a great game. Our skill position players, good. Bad. Our offensive line, not good at all. We've already discussed that ad nauseum. Ugly. Logan Thomas. Steve, this one's for you. Logan Thomas had
Terrible
an
game.
awful,
Bad
awful
game. Bad game.
Really
concur.
Blocks. He whiffed blocks. He committed. Okay, first of all, that block in the back penalty was bullshit. I'm not going to hold that one against him. How do you block someone in the back and you end up on the ground? Anyway,
there's a blocking below the waist is what they call it.
No, they called it illegal block in the back because he hit him high
below the waist. I'm telling you, that's what was so
Chris
funny about it.
McDaniel said he's going to the San Fran Washington game.
Yeah, he got pushed into him. Either way, it's a bad call. Either way.
Anyway, it was a horrible call, but I mean, Logan Thomas missed multiple blocks in that game. Logan Thomas it was just ugly. It's like, dude,
yeah, not a good game.
After last week, you should not be doing this. You had a great game against the Falcons. An awful game in this game.
Yeah.
Great. Hold on. I gotta keep my stomach bile down because I'm about to say this. Moxie Magic.
Moxie Magic.
Max.
So at 31 minutes, Phil credits
right when he brought
Taylor
it up.
Heineke. 54 minutes and 28 seconds.
I don't believe it. Okay, let me tell you something right now.
Hey, you're one spin move by Heineke away from buying a T-shirt, aren't you?
No. Not even close. But let me explain. This is funny, and it's funny because I'm about to kind of rag on Taylor, but I mean this in a good way. I told you that I when we got that ball back on that drive, I said Taylor's gonna fuck around and score a touchdown. This is why. They always love to show the quarterback warming up before the drive starts. Like Fox loves that little panning view as they're just, warming up, and then the guys next to him catching the ball, flip to him, fires it again, right? And I watch his face. I watch his eyes. And he just seemed to be there. But I've noticed that every time we're in this situation, like he gets this look, and it's funny because he wants to look intense. He comes across as like a petulant child, like who didn't get his dessert, because that's just the look on his face. Like it's not quite like Manning face, but it's a little derpy.
The poop face.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
It's all like, I'm going to do something now. Like he has this look, and you're just like, if you hadn't seen this before, you're just like, oh my God, this is our quarterback. Just because of the look. But whenever he gets that kind of derpy, I want to be intense, but I'm coming across kind of like like a child who didn't get dessert face. I'm like he's focused. He's gonna do this.
That's
Like
that
that's his
moxie.
intense face. That's his moxie magic
Inner
face.
moxie coming out.
That's his the moxie comes out. Unfortunately, God, Taylor Heineke. I'll say this. I think Taylor Heineke would be a ton of fun to drink beer with. Right?
Yeah.
He's a total bro dog.
Yeah.
He's a total bro dog.
Yeah.
But Livewire knows what I'm talking about. He even said it in the comments. He knows what I'm talking about. And like Taylor, when he tries to get like the focus face on, I'm just like, I have to laugh.
Moxie
But then
magic.
I know, like I laugh, but I laugh because A, it looks hilarious, and B, I know that something's probably going to happen because his mind's right.
Yes,
And
Chris, I'd take Gino over Taylor in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
this year, yes.
Just for the 22 passing touchdowns already. Yes.
But it's interesting. It's interesting to watch. It was great. I liked how he started early. I liked how he went late. I liked that he didn't take a stupid he didn't have a lot of the unnecessary passes where I'm just like, good God, that defender just dropped an easy interception. What the hell? Like I've seen before. Like he didn't take any horrifically stupid passes. He had some horrifically stupid throws, sailing balls over guys' heads. But he didn't sail into anyone else's.
Thanksgiving, the spazzicky face. Oh, Larry Beckler from Facebook. Thank you for joining. I think you must have just tuned in. You must have just hit play because he says, I kissed my sister. So he must be watching.
Why is it that there's multiple people here who've never heard that phrase before? A tie game is like kissing your sister.
It was going around there before. Let me give my good back. Oh, great. Then we'll turn it over to Dev. I'm going to say good. Taylor Heineke played well, played well enough to where we could almost win, but still got a little bit to clean up. But fantastic game. I really enjoyed watching the game. Made those great, fantastic plays within the 2-minute drives and on the 4th downs. Bad. I'm with you, Phil. O-line. Refs are my ugly and my great. I'm just going to say Jahan Dotson. I finally got to see him flourish under Taylor, and I've been wanting to see it for a long time. And it was just good to see, first and foremost. We got a question here. How do y'all feel about Taylor? I think we just kind of said it, Phil. I think we all kind of share the same opinion. He's our guy. You can't take him out right now. I think the leash is short. One really, really bad game. If Carson Wentz is healthy, I think he's done. But we need to move on. So, Dev, let's give you the floor for good, bad, ugly, great. But hold on real quick. Gundy Man said, y'all played in junior varsity. Your comments are frustrating because my dad played with
I assume he's saying Boomer Esiason.
I see him every week. My grandpa's the oldest Pittsburgh player alive, and me and my brother have something. But Dev, go ahead. Give us your good, bad, ugly, great.
The comment is the ugly. I don't even know what that.
I mean that was some shit English, dude. You and your brother have what? I hope it wasn't played college football because there's no way you went to a college with that level of grammar.
Help us help you. Go ahead, Dev.
I'm completely lost. But anyways,
you're gonna go straight to the award.
The good was Robinson, obviously.
Yep.
The bad was our offensive line. The ugly, and also the recipient of this week's Glock Dookie Award.
Hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. The Glock Dookie Award.
Can we give it to Gundy Man?
Dev, who is the winner of this week's Week 13's Glock Dookie Award?
Dev, can you unmute your mic first?
My bad. The referees, they were terrible. These are not the actual referees. I just Googled a picture of referees, by the way. So these particular guys don't get the Glock Dookie Award, but they get it because you are a reflection of your peers, bro. If those were your friends, they deserve this. Glock Dookie Award for the shittiest refereeing job I've ever seen in the history of a Washington versus Giants game. Ridiculous, redonkulous, stupid as hell. Bang, bang, bang. Glock Dookie Award. That's what you get.
All right, they get it. Now they were my ugly, so yes, they are worth it. They get it. Glock Dookie Award. For those new to the show, go Google Glock Dookie, and you'll understand why we give this award to whoever Dev wants to get it to. But normally it goes to someone who did something stupid play. I don't know, bonehead move, whatever you want to call it. Referees, congratulations, you got it. Gundy Man says, "Let me tell you, hit big man. I would make you rethink your plan situation." I don't know. I think okay, got it. Rest was terrible. Okay, next segment. Let's go ahead and move on
This
to
dude wants to fight me. That's hilarious.
game balls. What's up?
Game balls.
Let's
move on to game balls.
Dev, let's go Dev first because you went first on the good, bad, ugly. So Dev, go ahead and give your game balls first.
Game ball, Robinson on defense. I'm not gonna lie, I like the way Jamie Davis played. But it has to be Payne. Payne had 2 sacks, man. I think I'm going off memory here. And as you know, I am highly medicated a lot. But I'm gonna go with Payne for defense and Robinson for offense.
Okay. Phil, go ahead. Everyone else in the chat, put your recommended game balls in the chat, man. Let us know who you think should get a game ball on offense and one for defense.
Gunny Man gets a game ball too, man,
for reals.
Whatever he's smoking.
Yes.
NBA Bane. Okay. NBA? Are you saying you have an NBA? Mobile Bane?
He's saying yes.
Mobile Bane? I'm sorry.
I was just thinking of Bane from Batman. Live in the darkness.
You really
I was born in it.
I was born in the darkness.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway,
game balls.
Game ball. Well, it's funny because Dev took my game balls. So let me come up with 2 more. Okay. One I'm going to give to Jahan Dotson. All right. Gonna give it to my Penn State boy. Finally showed up in a big way. And I hope that this just encourages Taylor to keep looking his way too. And you know what? His play helped open up Terry McLaurin as well, because the Giants were rolling coverage to Terry early. They were trying to lock him down, and Dotson, made some catches. Curtis made some catches, and then Terry started getting open again. So Jahan Dotson gets a game ball. Plus, that spin move was so sweet. It was so sweet.
Spin ankles.
And then on defense, I'm going to give it to John Allen.
Good one.
John Allen had 8 tackles. He had a sack, and he personally stuffed Saquon Barkley multiple times. Saquon did not have a good game.
No.
We limited him. And a lot of that goes to the defensive line. And since Deron Payne seemed to be making a lot of the hustle in the pass rush, John Allen was doing it in the run game, and he got hit a sack too. But yeah, I'm going to definitely give John Allen a game ball as well.
Okay, fair. I'm going to give mine offensive game ball to Terry McLaurin. Pretty obvious. Terry did his thing. 8 receptions, 105 and a touchdown. Defense, I'm going to go Cam Curl. 12 total tackles. He was all the field, just being a monster. I really wish we could have had a better game from Derek Forrest. Derek Forrest has been on fire. This is the first game I feel like he came back down there, and that's okay because he's playing really well.
I don't think he played bad. I just didn't hear.
He didn't play bad. No, he's just made some all-star plays these last 3 games, maybe at least 2 for sure. But
says that LE.
Marcus says offensive game ball goes to Robinson, defense goes to Allen and Danny Johnson. Terrence Mean Green says defense for not allowing the Giants to win in overtime. That's true. Maurice Edwards says Jahan Dotson on offense and Payne on defense. Live Wire Sports from YouTube. Robinson, Dotson, Payne.
Hey man, you can't give like 8 game balls out, man. You only get 1 on each side.
Game
Man, you
ball.
sound like Eminem's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech. Google that shit.
Yeah.
He named like 50 rappers that he think individually. He just went down and listened in alphabetical order.
I don't know.
He's talking about, he thinks he's like, apparently he's going to knock my ass down because I can't run.
Oh.
All right. this dude wants to fight me. It's hilarious. He got in our comments. He doesn't like the fact that I said, well, just because your dad played college ball and your grandfather played back in the day of leather helmets does not necessarily mean that you know anything.
I agree with you, LE, by the way. Bring back Winston's offense up.
But anyway, look.
Is that LE?
But anyway, yep. But let's move on to people who actually contribute positively to society.
Chris McDaniel, Ball, Jahan Dotson, LE. Washington Commanders Declassified Podcast. Bring back Wentz. This offense sucks. I know what you're doing. Yeah, and we love you for it. And we love you for it. See, Chris McDaniel do it already. Is that LE?
Did somebody anonymously write that? Did somebody anonymously write that? And you're sharing a link to an article as to why we should bring Wentz back?
Pushing buttons. All right, so that was our game balls. And if you have any other game balls, put them in the chat. Live Wire Sports says St. Juice will be back. Tony Shivers from Facebook says all wide receivers 8. So game ball goes to Fabian Moreau. Yes. Oh. So for those you don't know, this was supposed to be the Fabian Moreau, air quotes, revenge game. Although we never had any problems with Fabian Moreau. He just fell out of favor with Jay Gruden, and it wasn't a big deal.
Like he fell out of favor with Jack Del Rio.
Or JDR. But I mean, didn't he fall out of favor first in Jay's last season?
He fell out of favor twice in this team.
Yeah.
He really did. That's what's funny about it. But look, I have no beef with Fabian Moreau. He was fine when he was here. We always just waiting for him to take that next leap. He didn't, and he seemed to be doing okay for the Giants this year. I mean, he led them in pass defenses and all that. But Terry just grabbed that one-handed catch right about here, pulled it in, slipped the tackle, and he was going for a touchdown. It did not good look for you, Fabian.
Nope.
It wasn't luck to you.
It wasn't really a revenge
after
game.
2 weeks from now. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, you're the enemy. After that, best of luck to you.
For real. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, no love lost with Fabian Moreau, none at all. But on that note, let's cue the music. So we are going.
Steve, your mic just completely faded away. So anyway, as I think Steve was saying,
it's fading out. How I sound?
Yeah, there you are. Never mind.
I don't know what I did, but like I was saying, we're going into a bye week. What does that mean for Command This? It means that we're going to do a barbershop. What does that mean? There's no topics. So it's probably not going to be on our normal Thursday night live stream. Alcohol and lots to drink, or lots of beverages, or other things that make you feel great. And we've done many things in the past. We've talked about hip hop artists. It's kind of running of our top 5 Tuesdays, best sports movies, best Christmas movies. We'll talk about the season. We'll just kick it. It'll go long. We'll be live. I'm not sure if we'll do it Thursday. Usually we like to do these on a Friday or Saturday. So just pay attention to the YouTube account, pay attention to the Twitter account, pay attention to the Facebook account. And we'll put it out, but definitely want to kick with you guys some more. This was great. We appreciate everyone in the comments for tuning in. Let's go some shout outs before we lock it down. Phil, go ahead. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to Deuce. He's in the chat and he's got my back.
Deuce, what's going on? You got me, Phil? The Take Command chat is here. That's right. We got our Twitter brethren
50 plus strong
holding the banner behind us.
I've probably gotten more side chats from Deuce saying, Phil, chill, than anyone else.
That's right.
Just in case people think that I'm zero chill here. No, I'm like this everywhere. Steve see me in person. Like sometimes I just lose my shit. That's how I am.
Marcus says, later family. Hey Dev, Satterfield is gone. I don't know who Satterfield is.
Yeah, man. Praise to what's the name? What's the guy? I don't mind. I'm fucking Black Panther. But man, definitely Satterfield, Louisville's football coach. They finally fired him.
Okay.
And Cincinnati had to pay out a $3.5 million contract to get him out, and they paid it. And from what I understand is Louisville sent the note back saying it's not enough to cover the party that we're going to have in Louisville for firing it, for y'all taking them off our hands. Yikes. They paid us $3.5 million to get rid of that dude. But rumor is that Braun from Purdue may come back to Louisville.
Yeah.
Or, but I want Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden, if you're listening,
come on back.
Come home to
Hey,
Louisville.
shout out to
really
Kirstie
want
Alley.
Jay Gruden around college bars and co-ed.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Hey, shout out to Kirstie Alley. Just passed away from cancer. You guys hear that
What?
before we started this podcast?
Don't drop something like that. That's an hour and 11 minutes.
Hey, it was shout outs.
I'm
Shout out to
going to
Kirstie
have to go
Alley.
watch. I'm going to go binge on some
Cheers. Look who's
Hey,
talking.
Kirstie Alley was the first mainstream white girl artist to say publicly she like niggas. Like, that's why. I remember finding out, like, man, big thick ass white girl like black dudes. Should have known. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened.
Chris
But shout
McDaniel
out-
says my score prediction.
I'm going to make Dev's night on that vein. You know who else is a little more old school that loved herself some black dudes?
Diane
Blanche from the
Sawyer.
Golden Girls.
Blanche, that's Dev's girl.
She like everybody. I named my head child after Blanche.
Yo, you know that back in the day she was sleeping with Benson?
Did you
the
know
butler?
Barbara Walters?
Back when they
also-
were both in theater in like the late 60s, they were banging.
Barbara
It's in her book.
Barbara
My
Walters
ex-wife used to have that book.
Barbara Walters was smashing her brother too.
Is that why she can't pronounce
Look at that
certain
up.
letters properly?
Look at that up behind her husband's back. She's smashing her brother. Crazy.
Hey, Chris McDaniel gives his score prediction 0-0 tie. There you go, brother. Terrence's birthday's Thursday. Shout out to Terrence, Mean Green. Happy birthday, bro. We appreciate you. Always tuning in, man. Big friend of the show. You guys gave it to the Titans over the weekend, like 35-10 or something. I know you guys called it, but we need you guys to take it to the Giants twice. That's what we need from you guys. Then you can lose the rest of your games, but take it to the Giants twice. That's what we need from you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Perry.
Happy birthday, Terrence.
LTP.
Cody Jones, late to the game. Yeah, bro. No worries. Catch you on the replay. Live Wire Sports.
Shout
on
out
Facebook,
to
from YouTube. Says
shout
go
out to
check
Bentley. It's his birthday, man. Today turns 21.
Who?
Bentley, it's my daughter's boyfriend. Happy birthday to him. Turns 21. I'm gonna take him to the strip club Friday.
Happy birthday, Bentley.
Wow.
If you hurt her,
Yeah.
Live Wire Sports says, "Damn, not my Cheers wife."
Yeah, man. I forgot she was on Cheers. I remember Kirstie Alley through Look Who's Talking.
Look who's talking. 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Marcus Elis
And
Sarah
a
County,
reality
Glenn
show,
Rice.
which was great. by the way.
Marcus sliding that one in.
Glenn Rice from the Miami Heat, number 41. Glenn Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were both college basketball players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys got any more
That'll be
shout outs
the thing.
before we close down? I want to shout out to everyone in the chat who joined in. Thank you. Too many of you guys to name. It was banging tonight. We appreciate you. Remember, make sure to go over to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. We are peaking right at about 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're so close. It keeps going up and down. So hopefully by the barbershop, we will be at that 1K mark.
Celebrating.
We appreciate it.
Who we
Jimmy
having
Lee
on- who we
Patterson.
having on the barbershop?
I got to give Jimmy Lee Patterson a shout out. He always misses us at the end. We went a little bit long tonight. Jimmy, thank you for joining us, man. We're wrapping up here, but we appreciate you joining in from Facebook, man. Replay is available for you to watch. And don't worry about that intro. We bounce back. It was great. You'll get the context as we go on.
By the way, shout out to my fan club. If we saw tonight, I added another member.
Phil's rap, just
Phil
racking up the
Davis.
numbers.
Racking up numbers,
Racking up the
my
numbers.
fan club.
Tots, tots.
My adoring fans who want to fight me all the time.
Phil's friends of Phil.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I
come
gotta
up
tell you,
with a
with
name
friends
for
like
it.
that, who needs enemies?
The name for it. Corey Lott.
God, everybody's coming in an hour late.
Man, thank you, Corey Lott. Thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you. I know a lot of people were on the Rep the District earlier. I didn't get to come in, but I was kind of passive listening. Corey's a big fan of all the content creators. We appreciate you. Jimmy Lee, thank you, Best Fan Podcast. We appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Jimmy. We appreciate you, bro. All right, so check it out. Barbershop. We'll let you guys know. Like I said, pay attention to the YouTube channel for that. Hit that notification button so you know when we schedule a live stream. It'll be either Friday or Saturday, most likely, but stay tuned.
I will be hammered.
We wish you all a great week. Don't stress about football unless you're betting on FanDuel or something like that. Ellie is an idiot. Yeah, Jimmy Lee. I had to put this up there. I don't even know if Ellie's still watching, but we love Ellie. He's just trolling.
I think he meant that shit.
Corey Lott says, I haven't been on a while. I was dealing with tragedy in family. Hey, Corey, we appreciate you tuning in, man.
Shout out to your family.
Shout out to you.
Family, bro.
Prayers up to you and your family, man. Nothing but positive vibes coming your way from us, man. We really appreciate you. I hope all is well. The good Lord shine down on you guys during this holiday season. That's for everybody. All right, we're punching out of here. We appreciate everyone, and stay tuned. We hope to see you guys on the next episode, which is going to be our barbershop, and it'll be a little fun little show. No agenda. We just like to cut up, kind of like we do on here, but way more unstructured, way less bullshit, because that's what we do. All right, we love you guys as always. Peace and hail.
W's.
Dubs. Highs. We out.